Hey there. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good week. And I hope you're ready for the weekend too and getting prepared for Lent. If you don't know me, my name's Kathleen Borsch. I'm the owner and the maker of the products that you find at knotsofgrace.com. And Fridays, I am back again to bring to you here live a few of our products and also just maybe a prayer or two to get us ready for the weekend and for the week ahead. And as you know, or hopefully you know, I also have Monday Hugs. So this closes out the week and shows you some products. And then Mondays, I bring to you a bit of inspiration to kickstart your week on the right note. So if you're not part of our VIP group, our Inner Circle of Grace VIP community, I'd love for you to join us. It's really easy to sign up. It's You just go to knotsofgracevip.com, or you can click on this link here. And I will put this link in the comments so that way you have it and you can go click on it and join us. I so that's that. Anyway, if you pop in, do me a favor and say hello. I always like to know that you know who's popping in, and also if you would like um, the this broadcast, I'd appreciate it because that way it gets the algorithm likes more comments and more likes and all that kind of stuff. So that way we get more people in our community. So I would appreciate that, and it helps all of us. So who's here? Kelly, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you for joining me. So, this is week two of Open Our Hearts and Prepare for Lent, is what I called these last two Fridays, feature Fridays. And the reason I did that was because of the products that I created for the Lenten season. If you missed last week's, I'm sorry you did, but you can go back either on Facebook or on YouTube and you can check out the videos there. And I showed you a few of our products that are made specially for the Lenten season. Now, of course, you can use them all season long, all year long, but I developed them with the heart and the mindset of using them during Lent and then carrying us through the rest of the year. So I have some more to share with you today. Before that, I do want to share a little. It's actually from Wednesday's mass, and it's one of the I think it was the Alleluia actually. And it's from Ephesians 1:17-18, and it just touched my heart. And so I wanted to share it with you guys today. I'm also going to post this. So if you like this verse as well, you can save it in your social media. Anyway, it's from Ephesians 1:17-18, and it says, "May the eyes of your heart be enlightened, that we may know what is the hope that belongs to his call." And I think that's kind of what Lent is, and all of our lives, is trying to figure out what his call is. And Lent is a time for us to clean and, confess and just make ourselves new, so that we're ready to hear his call. So let me show you the first product. This one is so you're going to be able to find these if you go to Link Pop. So if you're on YouTube and Facebook, the link that's in my bio is this link. So you don't have to copy and paste it, but if you would like to, you can also do that. So I'm just going to copy and paste it. And then I'm also going to, just for those who like the direct access, I'm going to copy and paste you directly to the Lenten collection that I put together for this season. So that way you can go and grab this right away. But the first product is a rearview mirror rosary. This rearview mirror rosary, so most of the rosaries, the car rosaries that I made for the rearview mirror, I haven't made the crosses. Well, this one I did. And this one is actually called I want to make sure I get the name exactly right. It's called Desert Flare. And I really, you know what, in thinking about it, I probably should have called it Cactus Flare because when I made this resin. So I poured this resin here. It's a bronze with a silver medal. What it reminds me of is it reminds me of the saguaro cactus, cacti in that I grew up with in Arizona, and when they were in bloom, and all the various cacti in Arizona that I grew up with, and during the seasons. Now this one is obviously bronze, so it might be a dead cactus, but at the same time, it's shimmery too. So, it reflects and it kind of brings out that deserty but sunshiny feel of it too. But the decorative nature of the resin cross here just reminded me of the cactus that's when it's blooming in the spring. So even though it's just, I'm not gonna say it's just. Even though it's bronze and silver, and it's not bright pinks and greens and things like that, this is what reminded me of the desert. And then I have it on a wooden cross here that is stained in walnut. And then as I have with the majority of my rearview mirror rosaries, we have a Saint Christopher medal, who is the patron saint of travelers. So that way, you can ask him to pray for you as you go on your way. And as you saw that I just did, this is all of our rearview mirror rosaries are easy to attach and take off of your rearview mirror, and you can take it into chapel, into adoration for prayer if you want. If you forgot to bring your rosary, you could take the one off your rearview mirror and take it in. And this one, it hangs, I believe, 7 inches down, if I have that correctly. And so it it actually just looks really pretty in your car. It looks very handsome, very pretty, and it's on a neutral, like deserty camo rope that we tied. And if you didn't know, my father-in-law Bill ties all of my rope, or the majority of my rope. He moved in with us in 2016, saw me tying these knots, and he asked me how to tie them. It became a game who could do it better, faster, and I let him win because this gives him something to be part of the knots of grace process, and he enjoys tying these knots, and he enjoys spending time. He's always asking, do you have more rope for me to tie? So just know that there's lots of familyness going on with these. Anytime you have a knotted rosary from Knots of Grace, it's coming from Bill, me, and sometimes even my daughter are tying these knots. So that is this one here. And oh, I forgot to tell you how much it is. Um, it is $27, and that's great for it's all hand done, handmade, and very reasonable, and a great gift for yourself as you're going through Lent. It's in your car, especially if you're driving to and from work every day, or wherever you're going. It just brings that peace of mind of, all right, to now as I'm going into the desert, and I need to clear my mind of all the rest of the junk, because in the desert there's a lot of vastness in the desert, depending on where you are. So that's the first one, and then the next two are bookmarks, and I'm showing them both at the same time because these are the last of this specific bookmark. The company who I used to purchase these from, they no longer are in business and don't sell them anymore, obviously. So I can't get these. I'm trying to figure out if I can find them or something similar, but right now these are I can't find them anymore. And so these are the last of what I have. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people, when they buy these, they like to give them to RCIA candidates. They give them to those who are going through confirmation. And then these, because I have just a neutral cross, a decorative cross at the end of them, and a little tassel. A lot of times, those who don't pray the rosary or who are not Catholic Christians, they love these as much as Catholics who want to pray the rosary. And so these go across all Christian denominations, which is fantastic. So, and this is a great one, especially for Lent as well, because what it says on it, you can see here, come Holy Spirit, hear me, lead me, guide me. And so, and then it has the dove, and that's why I, said mention RCIA and confirmation as well. But these two, they're very basically named. This one here is a variation on one that I've been making for several years, and it has an amethyst bead here, and then in between is a sparkly. It's kind of a smoky blue bead, and then it ends with a black tassel and a decorative cross. And this is a rosary. And then I have this one here. And so this one is called, like I said, these are just the most unique names ever. This one is called the Mauve Beaded Bookmark Rosary, Come Holy Spirit. And the other one is just as uniquely named. And this one is called the Masculine Beaded Bookmark Rosary. And the reason I called it that is because so many of you are asking me for products for the men in our lives, and is there something that I can give to my son, my husband, my brother, father, so on and so forth. And then the gentlemen who come to the booth and to the shop, they're looking for something for themselves too. And while I design the majority of my products have women in mind, I also want to make sure that I'm serving our men as well. And so this one, very simply made, and it has these amethyst brown colored beads here. And then in between are hematite cubes, and they're silver and silver hematite. And then there's also just a little spacer in there. Hopefully you can see it. That is this teal. So this one reminds me, when I was making this, it reminds me of the desert with the greens and the or the teals or turquoise, if you were, and the silvers and browns. So that's why this is part of the um, Lenten collection. So those are there, and you can find those also through the link that I just posted. But I will post these links real quick for you. And each of these are $25 a piece. And like I said, they are awesome gifts. And if you want one, don't wait, because I don't want you to come to me, in May and say, I need one and I'm out. So if you do want one, I do recommend that you go and, get one for yourself now. The last two things that I wanted to share with you today are, one of them is on our Amazon site, and this is not something that I've made. This is something that I found, and I was going to make something with it, and then I decided no, it's just perfect on its own. So what it is, and I'm going to post the link first before I forget. Because I may forget. Um, it is a pendant and earring. So a pendant necklace and earring set. So it's very long, much longer than the ones that the necklace I showed you last week. But you can shorten it. It has you can lengthen it and shorten it. But the neat thing about this, so it has a pair of earrings with angel's wings on it. And then at the end, the pendant has multiple things hanging from it. So you have this um, uh, faux leather tassel here, and then you have this angel's wing. And on the back of it, it says, with brave wings, she flies. And then we also have be brave. See if I can get this right. There we go. Be brave is another one, and then an arrow, because sometimes we need to get pointed in the right direction. And so this one I just thought was so sweet, but also, it is sweet, but it's black, so it's also just pretty cool. if I don't say so myself. So have a ton of these on in my Amazon shop, and I'm hoping that the link went through. It said there was an error, but hopefully the link went through. If not, I'll check it later and I'll put it out there. But these are only sold on my Amazon, on Amazon in our Amazon handmade shop. Even though they're only sold on Amazon. Let me just stop there. Anyway, so go check those out. They're 14.40 a piece, and again, great gift items. If you know somebody who's, struggling with something and needs just a little pick me up, this might be a great gift for them. And then the last product that I have is something that I make, and you have seen it. If you have been following Knots of Grace for a while, you've seen it, and because it's a customer favorite, and it's one of my favorites too. And so this is our Serenity Prayer Pocket Rosary, and I'm going to add it to our Lent collection, even though I hadn't before, because I think that this is a great prayer, especially during Lent, if you are trying to clear the way so that you can hear God's words. Sometimes just, asking for serenity, courage, and wisdom, and being able to know the difference, is just all you need. And as someone told me just recently, that she just enjoys, she's not Catholic, but she is Christian, and she enjoys having it with her, and just as she says, every once in a while rubbing it, and like touching it, and reading the prayer, and just feeling the grace of the Lord that's coming through. And so, that's why I wanted to share this one with you. This one is our olive rope. And, again, it's kind of along with that theme of cactus and desert of today. So I wanted to share this with you. And every one of these comes with a miraculous medal. So you have Mary with you on her rosary, on her tenor rosary here. So those are the five, I think it's five. Yep, 5 products I wanted to share with you today. Next week, I should be here and live before I head out of town. But next Saturday, Leanne and I are going to be at the Belonging Women's Conference in Greenville, South Carolina. And so Friday, we'll be traveling to Greenville and then setting up Friday evening. So hopefully I'll be live before that. But if not, if for some reason I can't be live, I'll post a note on Facebook and let you know that I'm sorry, but I can't be there. But hopefully I'll have everything together and the truck all packed before, and can jump on and just say hello. Or maybe I'll do a live while we're getting set up. I don't know. We'll see where we get taken that day. But I have one last thing before we go. I have a quote. I was trying to figure out what to say. Like, what do you say to somebody, like, I wish you a good Lent. Do you say something like that? I don't always have the right words. So I went and Googled, and I found this quote. So I am going to read this quote to you instead, as my prayer for you as you come to Lent. So let me take a drink because my mouth is dry. And if you enjoyed today, please forward this or like it, and make sure that other people know about it, because I appreciate it. I'm making these for you guys. So the more people that know about them, the more you get, and the more God receives, is really what it's all about. So, okay. So Lent is a time for discipline, for confession, for honesty, not because God is mean or fault finding or finger pointing, but because he wants us to know the joy of being cleaned out, ready for all the good things he has in store. Now, I don't know who N.T. Wright is, but I do love this quote. So this is what I wish for you as we head into Lent next Wednesday. And I hope you all get a king's cake on Fat Tuesday and enjoy that day before we head into the Lenten season. And I hope to see you again next week. Take care.